Hey, what's going on, guys, and happy Monday. So, today we're going to talk about should you trust people when you're in a relationship. So, let's jump right into this. The answer in short is no, right? Now, let me go into a little bit more so you can understand why I say that and why you shouldn't do it blindly. Okay, so I'm going to show you. When it comes to relationships, people struggle with, okay, you when you get into the relationship, you're open. You love this person, so you want to trust that they are going to do right by you. You want to trust that they're going to be like, oh, I'll be there for you, I'll love you endlessly. And is that true? Within that moment, yeah. They do mean it within the moment. But trust is something that is really a long-term promise. It's not momentary, it's long-term. And when you ask people to, when you ask people to trust you and vice versa, trusting someone is not an easy thing to do because things happen, life happens, right? When you're in a relationship, you might love this person and you might want to stay with this person. But let's say, for example, you're a man, you might not have any money. And, unfortunately, the foundation of most relationships is built on financial stability. Now, I'm not saying all relationships are like this, but most relationships, some relationships, they live within a certain guideline. You might have people where it's okay if you don't have money, but as long as you don't progress, as long as we kind of stay around the way, some people it's about, hey, it's okay if you cheat on me as long as you tell me who it is so that I know. Some people, their idea of trust, it varies based upon what they're accustomed to and what their expectations are. So why do people, when they are struggling with trust, why are you disappointed? Why are you hurt when this person doesn't live up to that long-term promise? Well, because they're human. They're human. Okay? And I'm gonna explain what I mean when I say that. When life happens and you come, let's say, for example, you may have a near-death experience, you may lose someone in death, you may go through a depression. Life happens. Just because you're in the relationship doesn't mean that life still is not happening to that individual. It's just that y'all are sharing in the journey. But each person has their own struggles. And so when it comes down to the trust, that trust is not a realistic promise. It's something that can easily be broken. So let me explain when you should trust a person. You have to think about, okay, what is this person's goal? What are they trying to achieve? What's motivating them, right? And as long as you and that person's motives are aligned, then you can continue to trust that person. Okay? But I would tell anybody this. Just because you love a person, don't mean you should trust them. Because you have to also keep in mind, life happens. Life happens to the best of us. You could be the most genuine, loving, caring person. You can have the greatest of intentions when you fall in love with this person. And the truth is that just life happens. And most times you're going to break people's heart. I've done it. So I'm not telling you this like, oh, this is how it is. It's like, no, I've done it. And regrettably so. Because when I was in that moment where I, genuinely loved this person and cared about them, I also realized that, the reason why I broke their trust is because of my own needs and my own struggles, right? And so it's very hard. It's very hard. It's not easy for someone to, for you to continue to maintain that honesty and trust in a relationship, because everyone has their own struggles. Now, if you have good communication within your relationship, you can do this. If you and that person are transparent and honest and open with each other, you can do this. You can continue to maintain the trust. But you have to be open that trust is something that can easily wax and wane. It's not something that you should, oh, well, you lied to me. You said you were going to do this. And it'd be like, maybe 10, 20 years into a relationship, they made a promise to you a long time ago. And it's 20 years in a relationship, and maybe their mother died, or maybe their father died, or maybe, they lost their job. And now they can't do it. They can't live up to the promise so that you can continue to trust them. And so I say this today because, in relationships, trust is a very important thing, but you have to be realistic when it comes to trust. You have to understand that when you're trusting this person, when you're loving this person, you also have to keep in mind that they're human, that life can come along and change things. So when they're making a promise to you or making a commitment to you, it's literally within that moment. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised years from now. We're not promised really anything. We just have a moment. And those moments, they multiply. And because they multiply, that is what allows for us to cultivate relationships. And the perception that, oh man, you guys have been together for 20 something years. But most times that's probably because you really enjoy being with this person. Time went by. And the truth is, you maintain the relationship to just operate within the moment and nothing more. And so when you're dealing with people, or you're dealing with a person in a relationship, and it could be an intimate relationship, it could be friendship, you have to keep in mind that trust is something that it is a long-term promise, but it can be broken. And so the best thing I would suggest is, instead of focusing on the trust itself and, oh, this person didn't live up to it, instead of focusing on that, focus on that this person loves me enough to make a promise for just this moment, to make a commitment for just this moment. Because the truth is, no one can, can make a future promise. Oh, well, yeah, 10 years from now, I'm gonna be here for you. That's not true, because you can get hit by a bus. So stay realistic. If you stay realistic, then you'll actually maintain that trust, that the realistic trust, not the fantasy trust, the realistic trust, because that trust is the one that's going to help you to continue to survive within the relationship. And just be honest, be within that moment. I'm going to leave you guys with this, but people don't disappoint us. They don't. They really don't. Our expectations of people disappoints us. And the reason why our expectations of people disappoints us is because we see them based on our idea of love. And based on our idea of love, and because they kind of match that, then we put them on a pedestal, and we hold them up high, and we say, this person's the one. And so you've put 100% trust in that person. But the truth is, their idea of love might be different from yours. It might be, hey, you know what? I'm glad you just said hi to me. My mom and, growing up never said hi to me. I'm glad you said you love me. No one ever said they love me. So when you're asking for trust from a person and you're disappointed, that is because of your expectation of that person. So the best thing to do is stay realistic, stay within the moment, love that person based on their humanity, love that person based on them loving you. And the only thing we can promise each other is this moment. I can't really promise you tomorrow. I can't promise you forever. Yeah, we say it at the wedding, but you can't promise people these things. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. And I appreciate you guys for everything. I hope you guys are enjoying your holidays and heading into the new year. And so we're gonna hit this ground running with the new year. I got a lot of things lined up for you guys. Hopefully that TikTok stays on the platform. If not, I'm gonna be putting all my videos as well on YouTube under a playlist. So if you guys are looking for that, if things happen or change or anything like that, please DM me. I will definitely send you the link so you can go and check out the playlist of all of my stuff if you want to go and watch it later. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate everything, and I will see you on the next segment. Peace.